Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Virgo for the middle of September. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. I do hope you're doing well. Hope you're having an amazing Virgo season. Go ahead and get into this here. Now I am using the Gilded Tarot as well as the Angel Answers Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. I'll be doing a Celtic cross here. Please do hit that like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. All right, we'll make sure we're all set up here and in view, and then we'll get right into it. That looks just about good enough to me. Take 1, 2, 3 of these Oracle cards. And then I'm also going to take 1, 2, 3 of these Tarot cards. Okay. Energy on the bottom. You have the Hanging Man. So the Hanging Man, this is a card, Virgo, that talks about really letting go of something in your life. This person is suspended in air. They are resisting. They are being held on. They're holding on to something, but they are being sort of propped up, you could say, by the chains that they are sort of tied to. And this is the idea of being in resistance mode. What this person really needs is the next card. This is number 12. The next card's the Death card. And they really need the transformation that can be provided to them through the Death card's energy. And so this asks you to let go of the things that are simply no longer serving or no longer working for you in your life, to embrace a change, to embrace a transformation, and more importantly, to cut these cables here and start free falling, which is like the Death card, right? This can come forward. So this person is actually, they're not doing nothing. They are attaining enlightenment. They are sort of meditating. They are sort of like, searching for answers or attaining enlightenment, but they're not in action mode. The problem is that they're not in action mode. And, it's great to spend time in solitude. It's great to spend time in introspection. It's great to do things like meditation, but there also is a time for action. And at this point in, we'll say, the hero's journey, halfway through here, as the Hanging Man is number 12, they need to spring into action towards something. And so for some of you, that may resonate right now. Now, let's go ahead and let's refine this message even more. So in the overall situation, or the current situation, you do have the Ten of Swords here. The Ten of Swords is some type of ending in your life. There is an element of finality that comes with the Ten of Swords. It's like what is done type of energy, or what has been done, or what has been said or done. That's the type of energy with the Ten of Swords, okay? And the thing is, though, that this person now has an opportunity to release themselves from whatever is no longer serving them or whatever is no longer working for them. It also says that there's new hope on the horizon after maybe having gone through a loss or a change or a challenge in one's life. So there are definitely good things to consider when you see the Ten of Swords, but it can be a bit of a challenge. Now, in the problem position, you have the Four of Pentacles. So in the problem position, this is a very clear message that some of you may be overly consumed by your financial situation, or the way that you kind of look at money, or the way that you view resources. This person, as you can see here, they are consumed. They are holding on to all of these pentacles so tightly, right, that they don't really have room to hold on to anything else, or to grab anything else, or to get anything else. There's a holding on energy here with the Hanging Man. Look, they're holding on by this thread or by the chains that they're dangling from, and then also this energy here. They are holding on to their pentacles. And so this is an energy of scarcity. In the problem position, the Four of Pentacles is about scarcity. They have 4 pentacles, but for them, if they lost 1 pentacle, it would be the end of the world, or at least that's what they're thinking here. And so this asks you to take a look at something. Some of you here may have, Virgo, some of you may have lost something that you deemed valuable or important, because you do have the Ten of Swords indicating potential loss, and then the Four of Pentacles indicating fear of loss. So I don't know what that could be. Maybe, some of you, Like something that's coming to mind is like you made a big purchase and you're not sure if the purchase was right for you or something along those lines. It's like some of you have maybe spent money, deployed money, maybe even lost money here. I'm not saying that this is, by the way, this is showing up in the current situation, kind of what you're dealing with right now in this cross. And so I'm not forecasting this, but some of you maybe have lost something. And this really may, there might really be an opportunity for you to let go at this time and recognize that you live in an abundant universe. There are so many opportunities available to you, and just to keep that in mind. Now, in the past, you have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is all about passion, inspiration, and leading from that place of yourself. This person here is a classic entrepreneur, okay? They will always do what they want to do for their career. So even if they do work for somebody, they will work in a situation that they love to work in because they allow their talents and their passions to drive the way. And they always have an opportunity in their back pocket because people want to hire the King of Wands. Everybody wants the King of Wands in their workplace. And you can even see here, do you see the star on the throne? To me, that talks about this person being the star of the show. And so what could have happened here is there may have been like organizational changes. Some of you may have gone through maybe job loss here or separation from job. And the only reason I say that is because you're concerned about money here with the Four of Pentacles in the problem position and the Ten of Swords indicating loss, and this idea of like holding on to something. Job losses or job changes are never easy. They are never easy. Oftentimes though, and this is highly dependent on how you view it, but a job change or job loss gives you an opportunity to realign. Through letting go, and see where, you know, the previous position or the previous job wasn't working for you. And you can really decide to look at this in a positive way. You could decide to look at this as a blessing in disguise. My intuition is that this wasn't your dream job. Maybe it was, but my intuition was you weren't working at your dream job. And if that is the case, this allows you to start that dream business or to move into a direction of your dream job or a job that maybe is more fulfilling for you. Obviously, there's some, like the money part of all of this is very important, and you know, it's like a rational thing to be concerned about it. But I do feel like, I genuinely feel, this is not just me saying this, I genuinely feel that we live in an abundant universe right now. And there are so many opportunities available to you. So in the future here, you do have the sun, which is an incredible sign. The sun, for me, is the best omen to find in a tarot reading. This is total positivity, happiness, success, abundance, good energy. Notice how the planets revolve around the sun. This indicates this card having a large, powerful gravity to it. And, the sun is an extremely bright energy. It's a bright spot in your day. The sun is also all about truth and self-expression and being free to express yourself in the truest version of express yourself in the truest way that you can. And, anything that is untruthful comes to light under the energy of the sun. And so I think you're learning important truths here. And I definitely like to see what is coming in the future here. I'll talk about this some more as we go along, but yeah. Now, in your consciousness, what you're aware of or on your thoughts or on your mind here, you do have this Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is the biggest card indicating talent in the tarot. And so I feel like I'm talking to a bunch of very talented people here with this Eight of Pentacles here, as well as the King of Wands. But I think some of you, despite being the most talented person in the room or the star of the show or whatever you want to call it, I think some of you have trouble or may have trouble allowing those talents to guide you forward. And I think this is the big kind of turning point for you in this middle of the month, where you're going to allow that to guide you forward. You're going to allow those passions to really move you ahead. And I think that you're thinking about this as this Eight of Pentacles is in the thoughts position here. Also, the Eight of Pentacles can say that there's good movement forward in your workplace, which I definitely think is the case. you may have had to lose something to realize, what you wanted, but that does happen. You have this Two of Wands, which is, this could mean that there's you might be playing a bit of a waiting game at this time when you get the Two of Wands, but it's best when you get the Two of Wands to use the time that you have to plan, strategize, discover which path you want to go down. You can see that this person has a choice between two options. They're at a fork in the road. And I do think that some of you are really spending some time here thinking about your talents and which kind of path is best for you based on the talents that you have. Now, in the staff, in the direction that you are headed, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you do have this King of Cups here. So this asks you to be aware of what situations in your life are emotionally triggering you. This person is calm as water, or this person is calm here. You can see that they are sitting on water. That indicates that this person can handle any task that is any emotional task, really, that is placed in front of them. So if they are given, if they are met with some type of conflict, they will stay calm in the face of that conflict or some sort of emotional turmoil. This will not be a problem for the King of Cups. And I think that that is something that is important for you as well. And just recognizing that conflicts are a part of life and conflicts come and go, okay? And also knowing that you have the power to deal and handle any conflicts that come forward. In the external influence, you have the Seven of Swords. So it is possible. Look, I've been talking about jobs here. I see this card come forward when there's workplace gossip, or there are people who are trying to one-up you or deceive you or win you over in some ways in your career life or get a leg up on you. This has come forward many times when I see the Seven of Swords energy here. And so it's something to consider when you have this, especially in the external, because the external can be something outside of you, but could also be people around you. In other words, your colleagues. And, I can speak from experience having been in a position like that where it's like, you don't really want to work in a position like that anyway. So if you do end up leaving, or you end up, if there was a fallout between you and that position, I'm talking about job, recognize that this is probably a blessing in disguise. In the hopes and fears situation, you do have the Six of Swords, which really says that you are sailing to a new place. You are transitioning forward. You are kind of ready to sail on calmer waters and discover what is out there, see what is out there, and really move into a happier place for yourself. It is interesting that you have the Six and the Seven of Swords here. And I think that some of you are putting your talents first, and I think you're putting something that makes you happy here first. And you're allowing those two things to be the sort of bedrock for where you go next. In the outcome, you have the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups is incredible. You have really two of the happiest cards to find, probably the two happiest cards here with the Sun and the Ten of Cups, I would say. The Ten of Cups is like the cup at the end of the rainbow. It's everything that you've been working hard for emotionally, like finally coming to a head and paying off. This is a windfall of happiness. It is a card of abundance. You see the people on the bench, they own the home behind them. And so this is... It sort of like represents an idyllic period of time in your life where you kind of made it, or you can feel like you've made it. And so there is absolutely light at the end of the tunnel here. And again, there is this idea though where you have to let go and take action with the Hanging Man on the bottom, and try not to, easier said than done, but try not to stay so consumed in what you've lost here with the Ten of Swords and the Four of Pentacles that you miss out on the Sun, Ten of Cups opportunity. Remember, Sun in the future, Ten of Cups in the outcome. That's incredible. That is like total happiness for you. So pretty amazing. Let's go ahead and take a look at what else we have here. Let's take a look at these three tarot cards. So you have the Magician, the Queen of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. I mean, amazing, right? So the Magician, this is the Master Manifestor. You can see that they're generating something here using all four suits and elements of the tarot, but this also says that you have all the tools that you already need in the palm of your hand. Everything's already there for you, as you can see here. And this would certainly back up that sort of case here with the King of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. You do have this Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is about somebody who has an extreme focus towards their goals in life. I do think that you are acquiring a new focus. I do think you're moving towards a new focus. You then have this Ace of Pentacles, which is about planting a seed of abundance, getting started on something new, and a very nice card for entering into new agreements, new contracts, starting something new here. We are in this Mercury retrograde, which will end in early October. So, just take caution. I'm not saying you shouldn't, don't let the astrology hold you back, but I am saying in the future here, there's absolutely a new beginning for you. So in the Oracle cards, you have trust, know, and within the next few months. I do think that this will take some time, but I do think that you would be best served in trusting at this time and not allowing yourself to dip into, oh my God, I lost this thing. And what am I going to do? How am I ever going to recover? Will I ever, get this back, or will this ever come back to me or improve in my life? And I feel like moving into a period of trust will be super helpful for you. So, wow, incredible. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next reading.